Ms. Hadel, after 8 years off and on with the defendant, the two of you called it quits just 3 months ago because he denies your 1-year-old daughter, Amarella. Now, you want to prove to him that he is her biological father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Andrews, you say you can't trust Ms. Hadel because she's a serial cheater, and you are 100% certain that Amarella's not your daughter.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Hadel, your relationship ended because of paternity doubt?
Yes, Your Honor.
Explain.
We have had a rough road throughout these 7.5 years. 9 months into our relationship, he pregnated another female while he was living with me. So I moved to Kansas and got away from him. We then started our relationship back, and I had planned on having another child with him. So I did get pregnant. Amarella came, and I think the doubts came because she looks different than our other child.
How does Mr. Andrews relate to Amarella because of his paternity doubt?
He calls his child and Amarella not in front of our children.
Really? Is that true, Mr. Andrews? That's not right.
No, it's not right. That's due to the things that she has said and done. She told me 2 different names that my child could be somebody else's child. So how can I trust that? Then at the same time, I received a text message.
Hold on. You brought an exhibit.
Correct.
Is that what is contained in the exhibit, that
Yes.
information?
Yes, it is.
Step over there, please, sir. These are the reasons you believe you are not the father. You saw sexual text messages from another man. Is that correct?
Correct.
Explain.
The same person who I see this text message from is the same guy who she was having an affair with all along from the whole get-go. So when I seen that text message, my whole thought process was, it's got to be his baby.
What did you read in them?
I let you have it any time, and now you chicken, you're scared to come over.
Ms. Hadel, is that what these text messages
No.
said?
I can't tell you word for word. It was
I know
sexual.
word for word.
I bet he does know word for word, but I don't, so I'm not going to disagree. But anyhow.
Was this a man you've been intimate with?
Yes.
Were the text messages leaning towards the sexual side of conversation?
Most likely.
Okay. So next piece of evidence, you jumped out of the window at 3 a.m.
Correct.
Who jumped out the window?
She did.
I was trying to get free from him.
But see, the whole
He's
thing
crazy.
is, she leave the house every time. It's always when a private car come, or it's after 3 a.m. That's the only time he able to get away from his wife, so-called.
What?
That's it.
Wait a minute. So she gets a private call.
Right.
Then she leaves the house.
Right.
And it's 3 a.m.
Right.
How are you getting up at 3 a.m. and leaving the house?
Maurice and I were not on that term of trust, so there was no trust. I didn't trust him, he didn't trust me.
I get that you all were in a bad place in your relationship, but what does trust have to do with you playing Wonder Woman and jumping out the window?
I couldn't walk out my front door because he was barricading my front door.
Where were you going?
I was going to find comfort.
Guess she told you?
I already knew this.
So you got a smile on your face, but you're in paternity court.
I am. I would like for him to get this during the
Did she
time that
think-
Amarella was conceived. In May of 2014, I told Maurice everything, who I was with, everything, and told him if he wants to make it work, we're going to make it work. And he came back to Kansas, and we conceived Amarella. We were trying for a boy, and I wasn't cheating. I stopped. I was being faithful and trying to be a good woman to him.
How were you being a good woman? And look, I'm not saying he was perfect either, because I'm getting to you next.
No doubt.
But how were you being a good woman, and you admit that you were on the phone with men, getting text messages, going out, finding comfort, flying out the window at 3 a.m.?
This was after 7.5 years. Like, this stuff built up. It was more or less, you're doing this to me, I'm gonna do it back to you.
Jerome, I'm ready.
Thank you.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Hadel versus Andrews, when it comes to 14-month-old Amarella Andrews, it has been determined by this court when it comes to 14-month-old Amarella Andrews, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Andrews, you are the father.
Is the moment of truth.